the crucial piece of this course is that it is a work course and you will have to do the work. If you do the work, this will be fun. You'll get a lot out of it. If you don't do the work, this will be a real drag. So it is meant for those of you who want to go out in the world and make a difference in the world, but you also want to have a balance. You want to have a life, you want to have a family, you want to have income. You don't want to work for anybody, but what you want to do is to make a difference in the world. And that's what social entrepreneur is in a real brief sentence. And so there is part of the course will be dealing with social issues and social entrepreneurism. And the second part of it will be an evidence-based way to problem solve and develop a business. The evidence-based way that we talk about sort of startups and starting a business will be good for you in everything you do. I come out of more of a business background. I was at McKinsey, I've been in government, and I've done a lot of different things. And we all had all the big management books and finance books about how to do things. And those really do work pretty well for big businesses. But people who try to apply them to startups and to new operations and new innovative ideas have had real problems. And so, developed by a wonderful man at Steve Blank, who was out at Stanford at the time and was also an entrepreneur, started many, many companies, became very, very rich, but has devoted his life to helping people start startups. So what we've done is we've taken a little bit from the business world, a little bit from Steve Blank and his colleagues, and tried to develop a course that would be fun for you, that you would learn both by learning but by doing. So the way we're going to do this is normally we will start each class with each of the teams presenting, and we are going to follow, as you saw in the syllabi, a way to go through it step by step by step, and we're all going to go through it, and we're all going to be presenting, and we're all going to be reacting to it. And so it is a peer-driven program. It is a team-driven. It is a you will have to do it program. And we'll have a chart, and you'll see as you get into it, you'll have to identify where you are on the business canvas, how many interviews you've done, and what it's about. And so if any of you are also minoring in anthropology or sociology or geography, urban planning, etc., you'll hear this same problem in a different voice. And as we begin to talk about who is, quote, the customer and who is the end user, it will be interesting to listen about how we perceive today's problems, because it's very important for finding the solution. It's all about sustainability, meaning that the solution is not government pays or there's a grant that's going to keep you alive the rest of your life in this program. It has to be economically sustainable and viable. So a lot of what we're going to do as we go through this process is we are going to develop a hypothesis about our value proposition, which is a fancy way to say, what is it that we're trying to attack? And who is the customer? Or what is the issue? And if you learn nothing else from this course, what I want you to be able to do at the end of this is to be able to say, I now know how to listen. I now can listen to people and understand what their pain is. I can understand what is important to them. And it may not be what I thought was important to you. And I was able to hear it. And you'll find that if you, in fact, get into this, it will change your life. It'll change the way you interact with each other. It will change the way that you really think about your problems that you think you know the solution for. So the problem is not often the science, it's not often the technology. It is making something that is of value to enough people at a price that they can afford. And so what we're going to go through is a series of steps that you are going to actually learn by being involved in. And each of you in teams, and the teams are going to be 2, 3, 4 people, are going to go through this process, including getting out in the field and interviewing customers or people that may be surrogates for your customers. And we're going to see how well you have listened, how well you have heard, because part of the first couple of weeks is that on the canvas, you will put your hypothesis today, and as you work through them, you're going to draw a line through them and change them. And we call those change pivots. So you hear me talk about pivots or changes, and it will be amazing, I promise you, that when you start with, I guess next week we're starting actually with the canvas, and the following week, when you have that up there, and then at the end of the semester, when we sit down and say, here's what I thought, here's where I ended up, you will be amazed at where you've come. And hopefully we'll have some of you that are ready to launch or ready to do something serious with.